Hi guys, welcome to the CATWay. So in this video, we are going to solve our set of the day. And before we move ahead, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. So what do we have today is that 5 people, A, B, C, D and E went to a shop. In that shop, only 5 different types PQRST of pens were sold. Now each of the 5 people purchased exactly 4 pens, each of a different type. All right. So now you see that every person is going to purchase 4 pens and each will be of a different type. And also no two people purchase the same set of 4 different types of pen. So no two people are going to purchase the same set of pen means like every person is going to leave one pen out, right? So what will you get is that every person is in every case that you form, every pen will be left out once. Okay. Then the following bar graph provides information about the price at which one pen of each of the given type is sold in the shop. Okay, so the price of the pen has also been given to you. Now, if you see, some additional information has been given that the price of the type of pen that was not purchased by A, take care, the price of the pen that was not purchased by A was rupees 10 more than the price of pen which was not purchased by C. Okay. So guys, if the type of pen that was not purchased by A was rupees 10 more than the type of pen not purchased by C, then what are the possibilities? Possibilities are that if A buys Q, okay, if A buys Q, in that case, C can buy P. Okay. Similarly, if A doesn't buy R, so C will not buy Q. Similarly, if A doesn't buy R, C will not buy S. Similarly, if A doesn't buy S, C is not going to buy T. And on the same lines, we will have two more cases, which are, and these are the cases. Okay, so if A doesn't buy PQ, C will not buy T. So this is how it is going. And the same type of condition has been given for B and D. Okay, so again, you can form the cases that if B doesn't buy Q, P will not be bought by D. Okay, then you have R and Q same, R and S, S and T, S and P and Q and T. So these are the cases that you have. Take it. If A and C do not buy these, or if B and D do not buy these. Okay. Chalo. So let's form our cases. So let's form the first case that we can have. Okay, let's form the first case that we can have. Okay. So let's see, we have A, B, C, D, and E. We have 5 people over here. Okay. Now we will form the cases that we have. Okay. We do not know how many cases will be formed as of now. Okay. So let's say A and C do not buy Q and P. A and C do not buy Q and P. Okay. Then what are the possibilities, guys? What are the possibilities that we have? One possibility is that B and D do not buy R and S. Okay, one possibility is B and D do not buy R and S, and in that case, T will not be bought by E. Okay, is there another case possible? Yes. For B and D, among these, if you see, if you take Q and P for A and C not being bought by A and C, the possibility is that S and T might not be bought by S and T might not be bought by B and D, and in that case, R will not be bought by E. Okay. Similarly, there are no possible cases over here. Then what do you take is that between A and C, they do not buy R and Q. They do not buy R and Q. So what are the possibilities for B and D? They have the possibilities of S and T. Okay, they have the possibility of S and T, and in that case, P will not be bought by E. Similarly, when you again have R and Q not bought by A and C, okay, then what do you have is that S and P is the possibility for B and D that they did not buy. Okay, and in that case, T will not be bought by E. Okay, now you move to the third case, that is R and S. So now A and C do not buy R and S. Okay, if A and C do not buy R and S, B and D have the possibility of not buying Q and P, and E will be buying T. Okay. Similarly, again, when you have R and S, you have one more possibility. Okay, you have one more possibility of B and D not buying Q and T, and in that case, E will be buying P. Okay, in that case, E will be buying P. All right. Then next we have that A and C do not buy S and T. So if A and C do not buy S and T, Q and P is the possible case for B and D, and in that case, again, P will be bought by in that case, P will be bought by E. Okay, so we have S and T. Now we have one more case for S and T. Okay, you have one more case for S and T. That will be that these two, the guys B and D, will not buy what? What is the possibility? QP we have taken. Okay, just a second. S and T. Okay, this couldn't be QR. This would be R and Q. Okay, this would be R and Q, and in the other case it could be Q and P. So in that case, E is going to buy the pen R. Okay, so this is another case that we have. So we have too many cases into this. Then A and C do not buy S and P. Okay, A and C do not buy S and P. Then the possibilities are that B and D did not buy R and Q. Or similarly, they have the possibility of, if S and P have not been bought, they have the possibility of what is the possibility? Okay, QP they cannot have. RQ is we have taken. RS is not possible. ST, SP, okay, QT is the possibility. Okay, QT is the possibility, and in this case, the E will be having T, and in this case, E will be having R. So SP also we have done. Now we go to QT. Okay, we go to QT. Okay, sorry, Q and T. Okay, now in this case, what are the possibilities, guys? That B and D can buy R or S, will not buy R or S, and E will be buying P. Okay, and similarly, you will have one more case into it, that is Q and T over here. Okay, Q and T over here. So S and P can occupy this position, and Q will be occupying, and R will be occupying this position. That is, A and C did not buy Q or Q and T, so B and D did not buy S and P, and in that case, E will not buy R. So these are the cases that we have. Now the question is, which of the following could not be the type of pen that was not purchased by E? Okay, could not be the type of pen that was not purchased by E. Okay, so the type of pen that was not purchased by E are only these. Okay, so if it is asking, the question would have been could be the type of pen that was not purchased, then among these would be the answer. But the question is could not be the type of pen among these. Which of the following? So among the options given, which of the following couldn't be the type of pen that E did not buy? So the possible options are U or S, but because S is not available into this, the correct answer will be option number A, Q. Going to the second question, what do you have? That how many of the following could be the total amount spent by D on purchasing the 4 pens? Okay, could be the spent by D on purchasing the 4 pens. So let us calculate the total price if you have. So this is 20, 30, 40, 30 and 20. Okay, so the total price is 50, 50 and 140. So the total price of the 5 pens is 140. Now D के लिए the possible cases are that he might not buy S, or he might not buy T, he might not buy P, and he might not buy Q. Okay, so these are the possible cases for D. Okay, so now if S, he is going to leave S, let's say, so in that case D will be spending 110. If D is going to leave T, in that case D is going to spend 120. If D leaves P, then also D is going to spend 120, and if D leaves Q, then he is going to spend 110. Okay, so only these are the possible amounts of money that D could spend. So among the options, there are 2 options. So option number B, 2 could be the following total amounts that D spent is the right answer. Okay, now moving on to the third question that we have. So if the total amount spent by C in purchasing the 4 pens was 110. Okay, so in purchasing the 4 pens was 110. So the total possibilities are that he might leave P or he might leave T. So what are the possibilities? The 2 possibilities that you have in this case. The 2 possibilities for C are that he bought P, Q, R and S, or the possibility is that he bought Q, R, S and T. And the question is then who among the following spend the maximum amount in purchasing the 4 pens? Okay, who among the following spend the maximum amount? Okay, so in the first case, C is going to leave out T. So C is going to leave out T. That means the cases that we are talking about are these are the cases that we are talking about. And if C is going to leave P, then the cases we are talking about are these ones. Okay, Okay, so now what is going to happen is, guys, see, who among the following spend the maximum amount? Okay, so the maximum amount that could be spent would be 120. Okay, the maximum amount that could be spent was 120, and 120 can be spent if a person leaves P or T outside. Okay, so in this case, who is leaving P or T outside? It is C and D. Okay, C and D. Take in the second case, who is leaving P and T outside? It is D and D. Take D and D. In this case, if you talk about who is leaving P and T, it is D and D again. In this case, if you talk about P and T, it is C and D. Okay, C and D. So these are the people. In this case, for T and P, it is again C and D. In this case, again, it is C and D. In this case, it is C and E. Sorry, yeah, this was also, I believe, T and P, right? T and P. So all these were C or E or C or D. Okay, C or D or C or E is the, and in this case also what is happening? It is either C or D. So always when you see the people, the person who has the possibility of spending the highest amount is among C or D or E. Now, because you do not have to consider C, so the possible option is D or E. And the correct answer is option number A in that case. Okay, so this was a pretty good set, guys, and hope you have understood the set well. Thanks for watching the video.